Just finished up black water rafting through the caves of Waitomo. Had a nice warm shower there. Lasted about an hour through the caves, and you're just basically floating down on a tube. You go through these narrow passageways, there's running water, turn your lights off and look at the glowworms. Pretty awesome. Next stop was a traditional Maori village just outside of Rotorua. Our tour guide and bus driver, Cowboy, told the men to choose a chief out of the lads, and told the woman on the bus to choose a song for the group to sing to the Maori family on arrival. Don't worry, it wasn't that song. The group ended up singing Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Yeah, I think you get the point that we're all amazing singers. And needless to say, the Maori family was well impressed. It was quite humorous we chose Big Casey out of the lads as chief. My thinking was, he talks a lot, so he'd be okay with public speaking if need be. Something I was trying to avoid at the time. Just got to our accommodation in Rotorua. Just learnt a song. It's the alphabet song, apparently. Doesn't really mean anything, but it just gets you used to saying the vowels and that. And got some dance moves to add to it. So we'll be singing and performing that for people who are also staying in this little village thing. So yeah, that was a cool experience. And I'll show you the front of where we're staying tonight. Everyone's bunking all together in this big room. So on this side we've got the musket. That was good. And then on this side we've got carving of the spear, so that represents before the white man came. And apparently there is, this sort of represents, so you got the head there, and then you've got the two columns which come down which represent his arms. And this end piece over here represents his fingers. And then the roof represents his spine and ribs. Pretty sick.
It's only not funny by people who are too serious. It's only to my dad or something.
It's going to bring mom. It's very.
Is that like a thing? Oh my god, is that like that? It's like 7 hours. But I've seen that.
Hey mate. So yeah, that's the living quarters. And pretty good ratio of male to female. I think there's about 6 dudes and about 14 women. But yeah, that's the living quarters for tonight. Nice view out here. And then later on tonight we've got a 6-course meal apparently, and that's going to entail a hangi. So I've been fasting all day and keen to hook into that later. Before the dinner, however, the Maori family of the village welcomed us with a traditional dance ceremony. A fern is offered to us, the newcomers. Our newly elected Chief Casey must then accept the fern, maintaining eye contact the whole time as a sign of respect and no ill will. The Haka is a traditional war dance and is pretty imposing witnessing it in person. You can see how this would have instilled fear in their enemies and has lots of mess around and find out feels. After our welcome ceremony, we headed into a beautiful mossy rainforest that backs onto the Maori village. The treehouse looking structure is the traditional Maori food cache. This is how the Maori stored their food supplies and kept it fresh and dry. This is known as a kauta. The taiaha is a traditional Maori weapon, either made from wood or whalebone, and is usually between 5 to 6 feet long. The centre of the staff would act as a handle. One side of the taiaha is shaped like a sword, and the opposite end is shaped like a spear. It was used for close quarter combat during tribal warfare. Although not used in tribal warfare anymore, the taiaha maintains its place in modern Maori culture where the teachings of the traditional use and techniques are taught. Different tribes and areas have their own styles of using this weapon. To help the Maori warriors stay fast, fit and strong, they would set up sticks as you see here and perform various patterns of movement and exercises. Next up, our tour group had a relay race. You could say it was bags of fun.
Go, 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 go!
Now modern day poi is simply sponge ball wrapped in plastic and attached to a piece of string called twine. Beaten on the back and palm of our hands, shoulders and forearms to denote sound and rhythm. Now the poi is also to depict the many wing patterns of our native birds and insects in flight. However, in days of old, the traditional poi did not look like this. So instead of the sponge, it was actually rock or stones. Wrapped around that was layers of bulrush or swamp reed, and the cord was made from the inner fibres of our flax plant we call muka. And our ancestors would do exercises like so, to help strengthen and soften the wrist for the manipulation of our three-quarter staff or the taiaha that you would have learned earlier. But due to the introduction of the musket, our warriors now longer needed to poi. Many years later, us ladies brought it back up. We modernised it to keep it alive in our culture, and now we use it to tell stories through song and dance.
After our outside demonstrations, we headed into their main theatre hall where we got to witness some more traditional dancing, singing and the haka. The chief gave us a crash course in the haka. It wasn't very imposing, and if we ran into a Maori tribe of old times, they would have been looking at us like a snack. It was fun to learn and give it a go though. We then headed into the food hall for a massive feast. The meat was slow cooked in a traditional underground fire pit known as a hangi. The daughters of the Maori family who run the village grew up singing and all had gorgeous voices. Each table at the dinner were from a different country. The girls ran around the room asking where each table was from and proceeded to play an iconic song from their country. Everyone was joining in and it was a great time. Next, it was our turn to shine by performing a song that is taught to kids in New Zealand at school. The lyrics are catchy, but they don't actually have any meaning. It is just a way for the kids to learn how to pronounce their Maori vowels. enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see what happens next on my New Zealand trip, click right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.